One of my goals in life recently has been to minimize the amount of work-related anxiety I experience. I want to talk about some tools I use for this, but first, a couple of major factors that contribute to my anxiety. The first is avoidance. We get immediate relief when we defer something we should do but don't want to, and the penalty for that comes in the future. The second major factor is negative thinking. Regardless of how successful or lucky we are, we're all prisoners of our thoughts. We brood about our past and worry about the future. So what's helped me? Well, as Phil Stutz and Barry Michels wrote in their book The Tools, pain is the universe's way of demanding that we continue to learn, and life will never exempt us from facing more pain. They make a distinction between two kinds of pain: necessary pain, which is what we have to go through to achieve our goals, and unnecessary pain, which isn't part of our journey forward. But how do we get ourselves to embrace pain which is beneficial? A simple way I do this is by taking cold showers. Each morning I'll jump into my shower on its coldest setting, but I always get quite anxious before I actually jump in. How my body acclimates to the cold temperature is similar to how I feel as soon as I start working, meaning that my trepidation disappears and I get lost in the work itself. In other words, cold showers serve as a reminder that the worst part is often the anticipation and not the event. The worst time of the week mentally for me has always been Sunday night, as I dread the change from a comfortable weekend to an unknowing and chaotic work week. At all the jobs I've had, work is never finished, and there's always something else that needs to be done for customers. I can use this to my advantage by doing a little work every day. This can make me slightly more productive, but that isn't my goal. Instead, I'm trying to stay familiar with my work environment, which helps blur the transition from weekend to work week and makes it much less jarring. Sleep is the best therapy you can have. According to Matt Walker in his book Why We Sleep, our ability to regulate our emotions is dependent on getting sufficient REM sleep. REM sleep is when we dream. So I like to think that the dreams and nightmares we have are events which calibrate our emotional sensors, so that during the day we don't get flustered as easily. When it comes to negative thinking, I found two strategies which seem to help. The first is that we can use positive thoughts as antidotes for negative ones. For example, I can reframe my nervousness as excitement. Another mental tactic I like to use is negative imagination, where I imagine all the terrible things that have not happened to me, which makes me appreciate what I do have. For work specifically, I like to imagine the coworkers on my team dealing with stressful issues and being overwhelmed, which motivates me to give them my best effort to try to lighten their load. My second answer to negative thought is that we can stand free from it altogether. One tool we can use for this is meditation. Having thoughts enter your mind while meditating is not a failure, but an opportunity to exercise the skill of accepting your thoughts and not dwelling on them. Throughout the day, I try to be mindful and remind myself to be present in each moment. Sometimes mimicking the exaggerated breathing pattern I use during meditation helps achieve this. Anxiety and nervousness never go away, but I think they could be mitigated and reframed to help more than they hurt. Think of life as a video game. You either learn more each time you play, or you get killed over and over by the same monster. We all eventually do get to the game over screen, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy and learn from the adventure while it lasts.